I just don't understand.
Perfect. Awesome. Yay. I feel like I am so bad with technology. So whenever I have small things, I'm like, look what I did. I did such a good job. All right. So we're recording. This is class. I have a sneeze stuck in my nose for my my student in class, and then for anyone who watches this back. So if you see me messing with my nose, I'm sorry. It won't come out. Or if I sneeze, rejoice because it's finally over. Welcome to your class, 5 p.m., at least my time. Slow flow. We're going to play with some headstand stuff. So if you're feeling so inclined to get upside down, it's going to be perfect. Otherwise, there's going to be opportunities just to kind of tiptoe into that kind of upside down feeling. So lots of options. I have a little strap or little towel I'm going to use just to cue some shoulder stretches. It's not necessary. If you have a sock, a t-shirt, anything that allows you just to grip, that's good. Yeah, that's about all I have. Anything to make your practice feel comfortable or safe. And today we are going to get started in just a meditative seat. So find the most comfortable way you can sit. If you like sitting on your shins, that's great. If you want to sit on a blanket or a block, if you just want to sit crisscross, that's great. If you're like, hell no, sister, I like laying down, lay down, child's pose, whatever you feel. Just come to your very first seat of meditation. And once you arrive, allow yourself to just get comfortable and allow yourself to arrive to your mat. Palms can find your thighs or your knees, or maybe they just lay on top of each other in your lap. And once you're feeling safe, or if you're feeling ready, just to blink your eyes shut, or allow your gaze to go soft and heavy and focus on one point that's very still right in front of you. Allow your awareness to come to your breath and just be aware of your inhales as they move in through your nose and into your lungs. And then your exhales as they leave your body, allowing your shoulders to relax and your belly to draw towards your spine. Just arriving in this seat and taking account of how we feel. Seeing how you're showing up for your practice today, seeing how you're feeling as we're edging closer to more holiday festivities, maybe just have gone through some. Just see how your body's feeling. And if you can see any tension or holding, allow yourself to breathe a big belly breath in when you find it. And then a big open mouth exhale to find a little bit more space and relaxing into your seat. Once you feel pretty aware of your breath, bring your awareness now to your body as it sits on your mat or in your space. Just become aware of the heaviness. And if you're seated, see if you can't just sit a little bit taller. Draw your shoulders over your hips as if you're leaning up against a wall. Take the crown of your head and reach it up towards the ceiling, drawing your chin in slightly towards your throat. Lots of space in the back of your neck. And just start to allow yourself to become aware of what your mind's doing and what your thoughts are. Allow them to happen and allow them to move and pass on. No attachment, no judgment. Stuff will come up. Bring your awareness back to the sound of my voice or the movement of your breath through practice. Take another big inhale into your nose, fill up your belly. Big open mouth exhale. Sigh it out. Good, one more just like that. Inhale through your nose, fill up your belly, feel the expansion in your low back. Open mouth exhale. And come to seal your lips and just allow your breath to roll in through your nose and out through your nose. Nothing really changed yet, just bottling up the heat inside by sealing up your lips. We're going to try a little bit of square breathing today. And while you're breathing, start to visualize a box. Start at any corner. I'm going to start at the bottom left-hand corner. And as you take a big breath in, Visualize moving up that left side of the box or whatever side you started on, and breathe in for a count of 3, 4, or 5, whatever matches your inhale. And then you're going to hold your breath at the top when you go from the left side to the right side, or whatever side you're on. Hold that breath for the same count. And then a nice controlled exhale on the way out down the opposite side. And then you're going to hold your breath on the exhale at the bottom. All right, so let's go through some square breathing here. Prepare by exhaling all the oxygen from your lungs. Inhale through your nose for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 3, 2, 1. Hold, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Go with your breath, your count. I think it's always so hard to match up the right length for the expansion in your exhales and your inhales. So just roll through that breath. Think about inhaling with a nice controlled count, holding at the top for the nice controlled count. Exhaling, matching your inhale. Hold on the out of the exhale, and then inhale in. Roll through this breath a few more times. Hold at the top. Exhale with control. Hold at the bottom. Inhale with control. Hold at the top. Exhale with control. Last one, hold at the bottom. Inhale with control. Hold at the top. Exhale with control. Hold at the bottom. And then inhale, regaining those natural spontaneous breaths. Maybe a big inhale to cleanse, big exhale to let go. Option to blink your eyes open if they haven't already been. And just start to invite some movement back into your body. Start to rock from side to side. Feel into those sit bones underneath you, kind of those 2 points. Maybe option to add in some big circles. Coming through the front, going through the back, and then changing that direction. Thinking about moving around a point right in between your seat and really feeling those sits bones on each time. Good. Come back to stillness, nice tall seat. Inhale once you reach the top, exhale to settle. Good. Leaning forward, plant your palms and bring yourself to child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees as wide as feels comfortable. Walk your hands up to the top of the mat and release your forehead into the ground. Taking a moment here to just let that low back go. Give some space to the belly. Connect your forehead to the mat and set an intention here. Set an intention for whatever you want this practice to be. Maybe set an intention for the rest of your week, for the holidays, or maybe it's just the next hour. Mine is being here, being present. Take a big inhale in with that intention in mind. Big open mouth exhale. One more breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. As you inhale, lightly lift your forehead off the mat. And then walk your fingertips further up towards the front, lifting your hips up towards the ceiling. Bring your knees underneath your hips, and then release your chest into the ground for puppy dog pose. So your chest and heart releases, your chin can release to the mat. If your chin on the mat is too much, option just to release your forehead down. This is just a little bit more of a shoulder stretch. Getting ready just to kind of connect to our heart a little bit too. Take a big inhale, big exhale. Good. Coming up into tabletop pose, palms underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, fingers really wide on the mat, lots of space in between your fingers, and really think about pressing into your thumb and your pointer finger to alleviate any pain on the heel of your hand. Lift your belly up as if there's a fire underneath it, tucking your tailbone towards your heels. Good. Press the mat away gently and just have a little tension and press through your shoulders. Take an inhale. On the exhale, press that back all the way up, gaze through your hips, cat pose. Inhale, drop your chest and your belly down, gaze lifts, cow pose. Exhale, cat. And inhale, cow. Good. Rolling here, matching your breath, your movement. Inhaling, taking your whole time to get to that cow. And then taking your whole exhale to travel to cat. Cat, pressing those shoulders, spine all the way up to the ceiling. Stretch in the back of the shoulders. Inhale, belly drops, allowing all the muscles to go heavy in the front side of your body. Good. Once you're done, come back to tabletop here. Come back to that nice neutral spine, fingers wide. And then replace your elbow where your palm was. So release your right elbow to where your right palm was. Release your left elbow to where your palm was. So basically elbows under shoulders, forearms out in front of you, palms flat, pressing down. Almost kind of like that puppy dog pose, but still lifted up on those forearms. So we're going to do some cat cows from here. Take an inhale, look up, lift up. A little different sensation. As you exhale, press through your whole elbow, forearm, and palm. Gaze back between your legs. Good. Inhale, roll through for cow. Think about dragging your elbows back towards your knees. As you exhale, press into your elbows for cat. Good. 2 more rounds. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Pressing that chest back. Good. Come back up onto your palms and your knees, hands and knees. And then sit your heels back onto, or sit your hips back onto your heels. Just need to figure out what body parts I'm trying to make you move. And we're just going to do a little bit of some neck stretches. So inhale, look up towards the ceiling to any amount. Don't push past what's comfortable. Exhale, release your chin down. Look towards your lap, chin to chest. Hold here. Take a big breath in, gazing down at your lap. As you exhale, release your right ear to your right shoulder. Hands can stay on your thighs, or maybe you take your left arm out and start just reaching around. Left arm out, right ear towards right shoulder, and just start to feel that sensation that's coming up as you just gently allow your ear to fall towards your shoulder and maybe adding on that arm movement. Flip your palm up, flip it down. Good. Take a big inhale. Exhale, look down towards your right hip, and then bring your left hand towards your left glute and left hip. So think about just creating lots of space between your left shoulder and your left ear. Take a big inhale in. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, drop your chin back to center. Take a big inhale, looking down at your lap. Exhale, release your left ear to your left shoulder. Right arm can reach out, making some small circles in one direction. Maybe palm flips up, palm flips down. Just feel into that sensation in the right side of the neck. Continuing that breath, reminding yourself not to hold your breath and keep it fluid. Take another big inhale. As you exhale, look down to see your left hip. Right arm releases kind of basically just to your right side. It can reach for the mat below you, or it can kind of wrap around your right thigh, your right glute. Just feel that sensation in the right side of the neck, or anything that's coming up for you. Take another big inhale in. Big exhale out. Good. Inhale. Bring it back to center. Stay for your exhale. Inhale. Look all the way up to the ceiling. Good. Exhale. Gaze goes back out to the horizon straight in front of you. Good. Take an inhale. Find a nice tall spine again. Crown of the head reaches. Tailbone tucks down towards your heels. Look over to your right shoulder. Exhale. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, look over your left shoulder. Any degree, just to what feels good, feeling into that range of motion. Inhale, come back to center. Good. And then inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Biceps come in line with your ears, palms face one another. And then we're just gonna check in with how our body feels right here. To get into that mobility of the shoulders, sometimes we tap into our ribs, into our back, and we end up opening up our ribs and like allowing them to basically make the front side of our body really weak. So if we're reaching up and we're reaching past our ears into the back and that's making our ribs splay open, think about bringing those arms back in line with your ears and then really bring your ribs together. Think about right before you go to cough, like, or sneeze, you know, like that tightening, as if someone has shoelaces and they're pulling them together. Just think about fitting up one of those tubes at the, what are they? The banks, right? When you used to send your money and they'd suck it up. Think about fitting into that tube. So we won't fit with our splayed open belly, but if we bring our ribs together and draw our belly towards our spine, we're gonna fit a little bit better and we're gonna feel stronger and more supported. So reaching up, looking out in front of us, take a big inhale. Exhale, release right fingers down, left fingertips reach up and over, just a gentle side stretch. When you're here, instead of lifting all the way over, think about pressing that left hip down. Good. Left hip down, lots of space. Take a big breath. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, come back up to center. Same thing, left side, left fingertips down, right fingertips reach up and then over as if they're reaching up over a fence. Really think about both hips pressing down, but maybe press down into that opposite right hip just a little bit more. Take a big breath. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, come back to center. All right, here, if you have a blanket, a towel or a strap easily in your vicinity, go ahead and give that a little grab. And just like you were grabbing onto a stroller or a shopping cart, you're gonna just grab on to whatever you're holding about shoulder width distance. And it'll be that same thing. So as we inhale, we're gonna come up, raise up, arms up overhead. If you start to feel you're tapping into your ribs, really close those ribs down. So inhale up, exhale, come down, keep those ribs together, arms come down to the horizon parallel to your mat. Inhale, reach up, and really think about ripping what you have between your hands apart almost. Exhale, come down. Good, just some added tension. Inhaling, come up. Keep those ribs together. Exhale. Good. One more. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, release. All right, so now we're going to take the same grip behind our back. If you'd rather interlace your fingers, feel free to do that. This just gives you just a little bit more room. So I bring my fists pretty close together. I have that range of motion. If you need a couple inches between them, that's perfect too. Take a big inhale, lift your chest up, get a nice tall spine. Think about stacking shoulders, draw your shoulders even together behind your back, and then start to bend just at your elbows. So arms are just straight, really thinking about pressing your shoulder blades together, and then bring your elbows directly back behind you. Any degree, if it's just like that little baby bend, that's perfect. If you got a little bit more range of motion, that's perfect too. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, just start to straighten your arms back out and lift your chest up towards the ceiling. So just a little baby back bend and a little shoulder opener here. Take a breath. If it feels good, you can look up at the ceiling. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend forward, bringing your forehead towards the mat, almost as in child's pose. Forehead to the mat, and then your hips rise up. You come up onto the crown of your head, and then you allow your arms to just fall forward towards the front of the mat. You're putting a little weight on your head, but a lot is in your knees, mostly here just for the shoulder opener. So your gaze is between your thighs. Arms are releasing towards the front of the mat or just lifting up. Don't let your shoulders crunch down into your ears. Think about lifting them away from you. Good. One more breath. Stay for your exhale. On your inhale, release your arms back down towards your tailbone and then just hips towards heels. Rise back up. Yay. All right, release that strap or blanket or whatever just off to the side. We might be using it a little bit later. And then just start to flick out your wrists. as if there's tape or water on the end of them. Flick it away from you, flick it towards you, and then start to flap your palms back and forth. Yeah, just kind of like feel into those wrists. And then right arm comes out straight, left hand comes to grab, and then we're just going for a nice little wrist stretch. So fingers are wide on both hands, and I have a micro bend in my right elbow, and I'm just pulling back on that right hand. Just nice, gentle stretch. Take a big inhale. Stay for your exhale. Good. Flip the wrist. Pulling on the front of the hand this time. Fingers are still wide. Still a bend in that elbow. I am hyperextended, so sometimes it doesn't look like it. Left hand comes out long, fingers wide. Right hand comes, stretches hand back. Left elbow bends, but still presses through just to get a wrist stretch. Take an inhale. Exhale, release. Back of the hand, press in, fingers wide, water in your elbow. I have to remind myself. Take a breath. Good. Exhale, come forward. Put the fronts of your hands down on the mat. And then you're just going to put a little bit of weight in them. So your palms are facing up towards you. Your fingers are really wide. And then you're going to make fists with your hands. So as you have your fingers nice and wide, just start to curl them up into little fists. Might feel a little stretch on the front side of your wrist as you open and then close, just stretching out before we get on to a lot of hands and knees stuff. All right, one more big wide finger, wide open palm, squeeze into that fist. Good, wide open. Plant your hands, come to tabletop, and just feel into that stretch of that wrist. Fingers are wide, press into the thumb and pointer finger. Really feel stable in your tabletop. Walk your hands a few inches out in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes. Inhale, lift your knees up and hover. Hold right here. Elbow bend, micro, belly to spine. Micro, lift in those knees. You got this. Press into the toes. Take a big breath. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Big bend in your knees, first down dog of class. Feet can be whatever distance that feels best in your hips, usually about hip width distance, maybe a little bit wider. Hips track up towards the ceiling and the wall and towards the wall behind you. Shoulders are together on your spine, away from your ears, micro bend in your elbows. And hands, same thing, wherever they feel comfortable. Shoulder width, maybe a little wider. Fingers are wide, press into your thumb and pointer finger. Take an inhale. Exhale here. Good. Inhale, roll, shoulders over wrists, high plank. Hold here. Option to drop down to your knees if this high plank isn't serving you or if it's pinching into that low back. Instead of looking down at your feet, look up between your hands and really pull that chest through. Take a breath. As you exhale, release down to your knees if you're lifted. Inhale, lift your knees back up. You can do this. We're only going to do a couple. Exhale, release your knees. Inhale, lift your knees up. High plank. Exhale, release knees, modified plank. Inhale, high plank. Good. Exhale, lower to your knees. And then take a breath here in modified plank. And then as you exhale, start to lower your chest down super, super slow. Elbows come towards your hips. Draw back behind you as if you're moving through molasses. Holy moly, this is hard. Until you finally release your belly onto the mat. All right, palms underneath your shoulders, chin connects to the mat. Press the tops of your feet in. Take an inhale. Lift your chest off of the mat using your back muscles. Little to no weight in those palms. Exhale, release. Just rolling through some cobras here. Inhale, lift the back of your shoulders up towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower. Good. Inhale, lift for cobra. Hold here. Really press into your belly, press into your hips, press into your legs, feet. Now lift your palms up off of the mat and extend them long down behind you. Palms down, thumbs out. Half locust pose. Gaze is right below you. Take an inhale. Exhale, release your right cheek to mat. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your feet from side to side, just to release that low back a little bit. Good. Replace your legs long, pressing into the tops of your feet. While you're here, lift your belly up off of the mat as if you were trying to let a toy car go underneath you. And when you're lifting up, think about moving your hips closer towards your ribs and your ribs closer towards your hips, and then replace your belly to the ground. You'll probably feel some more support in your low back there. Good. On the inhale, lift back up for that half cobra, chest up, arms up, palms down, thumbs out. Stay here for your exhale. Good. On the inhale, squeeze your glutes, lift your legs up off of the mat, full locust pose, pressing into your hips and belly. Good. Take a lift. Inhale, take an inhale, lift up. Exhale, release everything down, left cheek to the mat. Good. Palms come down to your low ribs. So instead of the palms being up underneath your shoulders, bring your palms down towards your low ribs. Press your full palm into the mat. Good. Bring your feet together as if they're in one pant leg. Really zip up everything in the middle, squeeze together, press the tops of your feet into the mat. Now lift, press into your hands, lift your thighs, knees, and shins off of the mat for up dog. Micro bend in your elbows, squeeze your buns, lengthen your low back. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Good. Take a breath. Exhale, release your knees. Send your hips to one side, your legs to the other. And we're going to do a little bit of core work at the beginning of class so I don't forget it for later. So come to seat and then lower yourself back onto your back. Bend your knees. Plant the soles of your feet into the mat and then really press your low back down. Feel as if someone were to put a piece of paper under there, they wouldn't be able to scoot it out. So really press into the soles of your feet, press into that low back. Pick a spot on the ceiling right above you. Good. Take an inhale. Exhale, prepare. Inhale, lift your chest all the way up towards the ceiling. Arms come long down your sides. So really think about lifting your whole shoulder blade up off of the mat. Low back is still pressed in, gaze is still up. Take a breath. Exhale, now bring your gaze towards your navel. Now we're just going for hip tap or heel taps. So inhale for center. Exhale, right hand comes to the right ankle or heel. Inhale to center. Exhale, left hand reaches for heel or ankle. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. There you go. Finding that inhale at the center, exhale to right. Low back is still connected. Gaze is still at your navel. Shoulders are lifted. We're here for 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Release your shoulders down. Bring your knees into your chest and then rock your head from side to side just to release that neck. Hell yeah. Release your legs back down onto the mat. Press that low back down. Inhale, lift up, shoulders up, gaze up. Bring your gaze to your navel now. Tuck that chin, arms are reaching. Good. Bring both knees into your chest. Low back is still pressed in. Good. We're going to do some pulses here. So what you're going to do is grab for your right leg. So your left hand grabs your knee, your right hand grabs your right ankle. And so basically your outside hand is always going to grab your ankle, your inside hand is going to grab your knee. So take an inhale. As you exhale, it's double pulse and double exhale. Inhale through center. Reach for the opposite leg. Outside hand is on ankle, inside hand is on knee. Exhale twice. Inhale, center. Exhale. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale. Good. You keep it up. Starting to add in longer legs. So inhale, extend that left leg. Exhale, right knee to chest. Inhale, center. Exhale, left knee to chest. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Release back onto the mat. That's always a little weird. When I first learned it, I couldn't really get the back and forth. So releasing back, knees are still in your chest. Rock your head from side to side just to release that neck. Lots of work in the neck, lots of work in the abs. You got this. So same thing. This time we're just going to extend one leg. So kick both feet up in the air, heels kick, toes towards your face. Grab behind your right thigh and then release your left leg just to release it to the mat. We're just going to stretch out the back of our leg. So our fingers are interlaced behind our thigh. We're gonna bend your knee and then pull your thigh closer to you, keep it locked in, and then try to just extend that right leg. Mine gets a little shaky. You're just waking up the back of that leg. Good, inhale, exhale. Switching over to the other leg, come through center, both legs up. Interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. Release your right leg slowly to the ground. Bend your left knee, pull your left thigh towards you, and then just start extending, whoa, and bending. Extend, whew, really shaky, and bend. Extend and bend. All right, knees back into your chest, same thing. We're gonna inhale through center, exhale, double pulse on each side. So it's gonna be either just lifting up and bringing that knee into your chest. Maybe you just kick one leg long this time, or option to go scissor kick. So extending one leg hovers, one leg lifts, whatever you choose. So inhale, center, exhale, pulse, pulse. Inhale, switch, exhale, pulse, pulse. Inhale, switch, exhale, pulse, pulse. Lifting shoulders off of the mat, pulse, pulse. Inhale, switch, exhale, pulse, pulse. You got it. Your rhythm. Keeping lifted. Grabbing that leg behind the thigh, maybe behind the calf, maybe up on the ankle, elbows out. This is some Pilates ass shit, you guys. And this is just waking up that core. You got it. We're going to do 5 more. And 4. And 3. 2. And 1. Yes. Relax back, head, rock it from side to side, knees to chest. Hopefully I'm making sense. Hopefully this is feeling good and strong in your body. Final 1. Coming up, yeah, release your feet to the ground. Press the soles of your feet into the mat. Press your low back down. Lift up towards the ceiling, chest up. Gaze comes towards your navel again. And then kick out your right leg long. This is like a half hollow hold. Really think about hollowing out the inside of your body as if it was a canoe, pressing your belly all the way to the back, the mat underneath you. Good. Exhale, release. Right foot comes back. Release your head back to the mat. Good. Inhale, lift your chest up to the ceiling. Gaze comes down to your navel, arms come long. Kick your left leg out this time. You can either flex your foot or maybe point kind of through your toes, whatever feels good. Again, carving out everything. Hollow body hold. Lifting up, left leg, shoulders. Take a big breath. Exhale, release into the mat. Rock your head from side to side. All right, final 1, hollow body hold. How do we want to do this? So same thing. Just like how you were holding one leg at a time, you're going to bring both legs up. So come up into that half hollow body, shoulders up, extend one leg, kick that other leg out, press your low back down. Whew, you got this. Hollow body hold for 5, 4, oh my God, 3, 2, 1, release. Holy moly, that's all the abs I'm going to make you do as far as abs go. All right, bring your knees in, crisscross your ankles, and just start to rock and roll the whole length of your spine until you get up onto your seat. Plant your hands over your knees, come to tabletop, and just find a nice little cow pose. Relax those bellies down to the mat. Really allow the full front side of the body to relax. Stretch out that ab that you just were popping off. Take a big breath in, big breath out. Good. Come to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, bend your knees, and send your hips up and back. And come to find just a little stillness here. Take a breath. Coming into our first dolphin pose. Take your gaze from your feet and then kind of bring it up towards your hands. Start by bending one elbow and releasing that into the mat, and then releasing the other elbow and forearm. So just like in puppy pose or in that cat cow on our forearms, our hips are just up towards the ceiling. So gaze goes back towards your feet. Really feel that stretch in your shoulder. Keep your arms out. Don't allow your hands to come towards one another. If they do, just try to work them and stack them back over your elbows. If you're feeling good here, maybe take your feet and tiptoe them in towards you. Good. Always a little different here in dolphin pose. Take another breath. Tiptoe your feet back. Press up into one palm, press up into the other, come back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right heel high, three-legged down dog. Take a breath, stay here. Drop your right hip in line with your left. Flex your right heel. Water in your elbows. Inhale, take a nice reach of that right heel. As you exhale, step it up between your hands, coming into this low lunge. Stop here, pull your right hip back, press your left hip forward. This is just a transitional spot for today. So with our hands framing our feet, we're going to transition through a one-legged halfway lift. So bring your fingers a little bit in front of your right toes. As you inhale, press off your back left toes, straighten your right leg. Left leg is hovering, floating, kind of making a triangle right now with your fingers and then your right foot. If the ground isn't close enough, always an option to bring some blocks into the equation. Drop your left hip in line with your right and just really think about that halfway lift. Chest is parallel with the mat below you. Pulling your chest forward towards the front of the mat. Take a big inhale, lift that left heel just a little higher. And then exhale, place your left foot next to your right, bend both knees, forward fold. Good, hold here, take a moment. Let the crown of your head really release. Heel toe your feet to the outside edges of your mat for ragdoll. Real big generous bend in your knees for ragdoll. Opposite hand can reach for opposite elbow. Maybe hands interlace at your sacrum and allow your interlaced fingers to fall towards the top of the mat. Whatever feels good, but just release that neck. Shake it yes, shake it no. If you have an arm variation, switch to the opposite grip. Crown is heavy, neck is loose. Release your arms back down to the mat. Heel toe your feet to touch. And then very slowly rise to stand. Taking your time, allowing each bone in your spine to stack one on top of the other until you reach the top. Stopping here in mountain pose, palms forward, feet together, little bend in the knees. Feel powerful here as you root down into your feet. Lift up all of your toes off the mat, spread them really, really wide, and then release them back down. Good. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, upward salute. Look up towards those palms. As you exhale, set your hips back for chair pose. So coming in as if you're just sitting on a chair. Hands can stay bicep by ears, or if your shoulders aren't feeling it, hands to heart center. Press your thumb into your sternum. Wherever you are, really push your shins back towards the back of the room. Set your hips down, chest comes up. Good. Really squeeze everything together, squeeze those glutes underneath you. Have this be a really powerful pose. Belly draws in, those ribs again, if they're splaying out, bring it all back into center. Take another inhale. As you exhale, if your hands aren't already at heart center, bring them there. Palms pressed, thumb to sternum. Good. Inhale, lift your left heel up onto your toes. Put all the weight in your right leg. And as you exhale, take one big giant step back or take a couple little steps back until you find yourself in a high lunge. Options to stay lifted here, or option for this first round to keep that left knee grounded, whatever feels good in your body, whatever your edge is today. Hands can stay, whoa, at heart center, or they can reach up overhead. Holding here, checking in, squeeze that left glute, really give space to that low back, and then stack your left heel over the ball mount of your left foot. Right hip goes back in line with your left hip, and then think about pulling your left leg up into your left hip. Good, really ground down in those feet, reach up. As you exhale, hinge forward, belly to thigh, airplane arms, palms down, thumbs out. Gaze is at the front of your mat or your right foot. Option again to be on your knee, whatever feels good. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, airplane arms. Good. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, airplane your arms and hold. Option to stay on that left knee, option to lift. Look at the inside of your right foot. Place your left hand there. Right arm reaches up, low twisting lunge. Opening those shoulders to press towards the left side of your mat, the wall behind you. Again, always dropping to that knee is perfect, whatever feels good. Keep that right knee in towards your body. Good. Take a twist. Stay for your exhale. All right, everyone, drop to that left knee. Take an inhale. And then start to spin over into a supported side plank. So left knee is underneath you, right leg lifts up and then goes long to the bottom of your mat. Lifting those right hips up towards the ceiling, really lift up out of that left hand. You're looking up at the ceiling if you want. Make sure your head isn't just dangling down like a limp noodle. Really have that neck be an extension of your spine, because it is. Have it strong, have it proud, take a look. Stay here for the exhale. Good. Inhale, lift your right leg up. As you exhale, right knee to right elbow, and then start to bring that right foot, even with a little aid of that right hand, back to the front of your mat. Whew, for a little low lunge. Left knee can stay grounded or it can be lifted. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. On the inhale, rise up, reaching up through high crescent lunge. And then exhaling down, warrior two. Right knee forward, left leg back. Again, this can be done on your right. You can be done on your knee. That left leg just comes out like a kickstand. Shoulders as if they're up against the wall behind you. Gaze over your right arm. If you're up on both legs, really press into the pinky side edge of that back knee, of that back leg. Feel grounded down like you're lifting up. And then as if you have one leg on a boat leaving the dock and the other leg on the dock, think about really pulling everything up and defying gravity here. Exhale, release. Good. Stay for your inhale. Bend into that right knee just a little bit more. Lift your toes on the right foot. Don't grab or pull into the mat. Good. Inhale, reach up for star pose. Heels come in, toes come out. And then exhale, palms together. Sink your hips down between your knees. If your heels are really close to you, just walk your heels out just a little bit. Hands heart center, goddess pose, deep squat. Inhale, reach up. Put your toes and your heels out. And then as you exhale, come into a wide-legged forward fold. So as we're in this wide-legged forward fold, toes are in, heels are out. Just really allow the crown of your head to be heavy and to get that new perspective for being upside down. Hands can reach to your ankles. Hands can just come underneath you for some support. Or you can walk them out long in front of you for a really wide, grounded, downward facing dog. Take a breath here. Really be in your pose. Wherever you are, bring your palms underneath your shoulders for a little halfway lift. And then as you exhale, walk your hands towards your left foot or the back of the mat for a low lunge at the back of your mat. So now your hands frame your left foot. You're facing the opposite direction. You're going to take an inhale, bring your fingers out in front of you just like that halfway lift. And then exhale, step into a little halfway lift, but then you're going to drop your shoulders down for a standing split. So your hands and your left foot are making a triangle. You're gazing at your shin. You're standing in a one-legged split. Right leg reaches up. Really squeeze that right glute to lift that right leg up. You got it. Option to play with a little balance by bringing your left hand to your ankle. Moving that right hand maybe just a little bit closer. Gaze stays on your foot or right in front of it. Maybe both hands. Oh. Hold that ankle. Take one breath. You're half split. Exhale, slowly release that right foot back down, coming into that low lunge, left foot forward. Inhale, come to travel through that wide-legged forward fold. Walk your hands back towards the right foot to frame at the top of your mat, low lunge. Good. Step your foot back. Option for a vinyasa or just to meet us back in downward facing dog. Inhale, press through your toes. Exhale, lower your belly all the way to the mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes, hips up and back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. Open mouth, exhale. You got it. Inhale, left heel high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step through to the top of your mat. Feet frame your left foot. Take a breath here. Press your left hip back, right hip forward. Option to drop to that right knee. Take a big breath in. On your next inhale, reach up into high crescent lunge. Option again, right knee can be bent to the ground, or we can stay lifted wherever you are. Squeeze that right booty. Make space in that low back. Shoulders over your hips. Left hip in line with your right. Good. Take a breath. Rib cage together as if you're going up that bank tube to send your money. As you exhale, airplane forward, belly to thigh, arms back behind you, palms down, thumbs out. Good. Inhale, reaching back up. Exhale, airplane your arms, belly to thigh. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale, stand it back. Good. Coming back down to that low lunge frame, your left foot. Forgot a little chunk. Bring your hands a few inches out in front of that left foot, preparing for the halfway lift. Take an inhale. As you exhale, press off your back right foot. Right leg is parallel with the mat below you, standing on your left leg. Little halfway lift. Option again to bring a block underneath you if you need the floor to come up to meet you. Right hip in line with your left. Take an inhale. Spine or sternum, whoa, parallel to the mat below you. Exhale, release. Fold forward, right foot next to left. Bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Good. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly rise to stand. This time, reach up with this. Upward salute, look up. Good. Exhale. Hands come through to chair pose. Good. Chair pose here. You got it. Sit it back. Shins back. Seat back. Chest up. Hands come to heart center. This time your right heel lifts. And then slowly, a couple steps or one big step, step back to that high lunge. We're back to where we were. We're just going to do one airplane. So come forward, belly to spine, or belly to thigh. Goodness gracious. Option to drop to that right knee. Right hand to the inside of left foot. Inhale, left fingertips up. Twisting low lunge. Right knee can stay grounded or it can stay lifted for this transition to side plank. If you want to try something a little different, keep that knee up, really plant that right leg, hand, it's your hand, your right hand down. And then start to bring your weight over there. Knee comes up. Woo! Transition, hold. Leg goes long, side plank. You got it. Lift those left hips up. Left knee comes back up towards your elbow with the aid of your hand. Bring that left foot back up in line. Low lunge. Hands frame your feet. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, reach up through low, high lunge. As you exhale, come into warrior two. Right heel comes down, left knee bends, arms at a T. Good. Really settle in, bring those shoulders over your hips. Press into that pinky edge of your back foot. Yeah. Ground down, feel strong as fuck because that's what you are. Take a breath. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, reach up, star pose. Toes out, heels in. Exhale, come down into a big goddess squat. Again, reposition your heels if they're too close. Inhale, reach up, star pose. Toes in, heels out. Exhale, fold forward into a wide-legged forward fold. Crown hangs heavy. Any variation here, just let yourself be upside down and let your neck be loose. Shake your head yes. Shake your head no. Now bring your awareness to where your weight is. If you feel like the weight is in the back of your heels, just start to bring the weight into your ball mounts of your feet. Not so much your toes, but just the ball mounts of your feet. Good, take a breath. Bring your hands back underneath your chest for a little halfway lift in your wide-legged forward fold. Take a breath. As you exhale, walk your hands to frame your right foot this time at the back of your mat. Good. Fingers come out in front of your toes. Press through your left toe, lifting up into that standing half split or standing splits. Left toes are reaching up towards the ceiling. Gaze is at your shin. Lots of upside down perspective today. Option to walk your hands to grab your right ankle to work on, some balance. I'm not good at this. Also doesn't help I'm on a whole bunch of cushiony floors. Belly in, nice and strong. Take another breath. Challenge yourself here. As you exhale, release that left leg back down behind you, coming back to that low lunge, right foot forward. As you inhale, come through center, wide-legged forward fold, coming back up to frame your left foot low lunge. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. Option for another chaturanga or medicine down dog. Inhale, press through your toes. Exhale, release your belly all the way to the mat. Inhale for cobra. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Take a breath here. We're going to flow through that. One movement, one breath. Nice and slow. Take another breath to prepare. Exhale, settle into this down dog. Look up to see your elbows. Release your elbows to the mat, holding a little dolphin pose for a moment. Forearms press in, palms are grounded. Gaze goes back through your legs. Good. Look back up towards your hands. Come back up into that downward facing dog. Inhale, right heel high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step it through top of the mat. Fingers come out in front of you. Inhale, one-legged halfway lift. Good. Exhale, left foot next to right, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, upward salute, hands up, gaze up. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale, hands come to heart center. Inhale, left heel up, weight into that right leg. As you exhale, long step back or a couple little steps back, high lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, airplane forward, belly to thigh, arms back. Inhale, reach up, high lunge. Exhale, airplane, arms back. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, airplane and stay. Left hand to the inside of the right foot. Inhale, right fingertips up, twisting low lunge. Side plank. Exhale, work your way into your side plank. Once you get there, let's take a big breath. Stay for your exhale. Good. Inhale, reach. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Use your hand, help guide that right leg back up. Holy moly, low lunge. Hands frame your right foot. Take an inhale, reach up, high lunge. Exhale, left heel down, warrior two. Take a breath here. Exhale, settle. Inhale, reach up, legs are straight, star pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center, goddess squat, squat down. Inhale, reach up, toes in, heels out. Exhale, fold forward, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, come to a halfway lift, sternum parallel with the mat. Exhale, walk your hands to the back of the mat, frame your left foot. Inhale, press up, standing split. Right glute squeezes, reach, reach, reach. Couple moments here. Option to grab for that ankle. Option to let the head hang heavy. One big breath. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reach your right toes just a little higher. Exhale, drop your right foot down. Inhale, walk around. Come to frame your right foot at the top of the mat. Good, plant your hands. Step it back, chaturanga, or meet us in downward facing dog. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower all the way down. Inhale for cobra or up dog. Exhale, send your hips back, downward facing dog. Last side, you got this. Take a breath. Stay for your exhale. Let's move. Inhale, left heel high, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step it between your hands, low lunge. Inhale for a little one-legged halfway lift. Exhale, right foot next to left, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand, upward salute. Reach up, look up. Exhale, sit back, chair pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. Inhale, right heel high this time. Weight in the left leg. As you exhale, a big step back or a couple steps back. Coming into that high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, airplane forward. Belly to thigh, arms back. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, airplane your arms. Inhale, reach up. Good. Exhale and stay. Right hand to the inside of your left foot. Inhale, left fingertips up. Twisting lunge. Take an inhale, prepare. Option to always drop to that knee. Start to move into that side plank. Woo! Yeah, you got it. Wiggles and falling out is just fine. Take a breath here, side plank. Good. As you exhale, left knee to left elbow, hand comes to aid that left foot to the top of the mat. Low lunge. Inhale, reach up, high lunge. As you exhale, settle into your warrior two. Right heel down, arms at a T. Woo! Take a breath. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reach up, extend those legs, star pose, take up space. Exhale, goddess squat, come down, low squat, hands together, heart center. Inhale, reach up, toes in, heels out. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Inhale, hands underneath your chest, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands to frame your right foot. Step into that half split. Left leg high, gaze to your shin. Work on that balance. Walk your hands to your ankle. One more big breath here. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, reach those left toesies up. Exhale, bend your right knee slowly, gently, left foot back down. Inhale, walk through that wide-legged forward fold. Come to the top of your mat, step it back. Move through a chaturanga or meet us in down dog. Inhale, press through your toes. Exhale, lower your belly all the way. Inhale for cobra, up dog. Exhale, send your hips back, downward facing dog. All right, this is our playtime. This is what we worked for. Headstand play. If you're interested, just start by coming down to dolphin pose. Pressing into your elbows, forearms out, palms pressed into the mat. Walk your toes a little bit closer to you. Good. Maybe this is enough. Maybe this is your headstand. Option, reaching one leg up, as in like a three-legged dolphin. And just feeling how that feels to shift the weight of your leg over this dolphin pose. Option to walk your legs in a little bit closer. Dropping down to your knees this time. Come to look up at your hands. Interlace your fingers just like you normally do. Just interlace those fingers. Start to make a little basket. And from this dolphin pose, just lay your now woven fingers out in front of you like you just were in dolphin. Come to bring your head to kind of rest on that little basket you've now made, almost even like a little bit more of like a holding pedestal, really. Bring that head, press it into the mat. And then before you do anything, press in through your shoulders, press through your elbows. Really take little to no weight in your head. And then walk or lift your knees back up off of the mat. So just like you were in dolphin pose, but now our head is grounded on the mat with our little kick stop of our basket behind it. And then just start walking your feet in. Maybe again, you get close and this is good. Little to no weight. The most of the weight is going to be in your arms, almost all of it. If you're feeling a little bit confident, kick one heel up, replace it, kick the other heel up, replace it, and maybe both come. And all you're doing is just squeezing everything into center. It's always good to have a backup against something, maybe if you're feeling scared, but if at all, if you roll out of it, you just tuck and roll, and you usually fall out the opposite way. If you're in this little tucked position, maybe you extend one leg up. Woo! Bring it down, other leg, holy moly, belly is in, ribs are in. Good, maybe both legs. Oh. Wherever you are, whatever you're playing with, take a couple more moments. Be mindful about your movements. If you're like, sister, I ain't about this. Child's pose is good too. Just room to play, room to change that perspective, room to get upside down. If you are playing and you're watching this video back, just pause and play until you're done playing. But once you're ready to be done, come to child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees wide, forehead melts into your mat, and just ground down. Play as long as you want, really. Take your time. I'm sweaty. But when you're ready, just come to that grounding child's pose. Heels towards your hips, releasing that low back. Option to even bring your knees closer and your arms down along your sides. Ground down, bring your breath back into control. And we're just gonna move into some easy chill stuff. Bring your palms under your shoulders, press yourself up, and just bring your hips to one side and your knees to the other. And we're coming down to our mat. Just mindfully lower down onto your back, bring your knees into your chest. Extend both legs up towards the ceiling. Good. Legs up the wall. If you have a block, placing them underneath your hips, just to give a little lift there. Always helps find some weightlessness. You can always place your hands underneath your tailbone or go to a wall. But just for a moment here, changing the polarity, looking up rather than having ourselves looking through our legs, on our backs. Good. Keep your right leg long towards the ceiling. Bend your left knee and bring your left foot to the mat. Bend your right knee, making a figure 4. Bring your right ankle to the top of your left thigh, right by your knee. And then bring your left leg up. Reach your hands through, reach your right arm through your legs and your left arm to the outside. Interlace your fingers behind your thigh or bend your knee and interlace them in front of your shin. And then just release your chest, your shoulders back. Reclined pigeon pose. If you like regular pigeon, prone on your front side, please feel free to flip over. If this feels good, stay. Right elbow into right thigh just to help open that up a little bit. Allow maybe your eyes to close and your breath to just become soft and natural. Bringing our awareness back to our breath, back to our body. If it started to go elsewhere. Allowing yourself to be here, to stay present, and to be kind to yourself with the internal conversation. Take another big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly release your legs. Let both feet come back to the mat, knees bent up towards the ceiling. Left leg extends up towards the ceiling. Flex your toes towards your face. Bend your knee, figure 4. Left ankle over right thigh. Reach up, interlace your fingers behind your thigh or in front of your shin, and release back. Again, taking this posture the way that you feel it. Front, on your back, gentle. Both sides don't have to match. Our body is not symmetrical, and that is okay. Left elbow into left thigh to help open up that left hip. Take a big breath in, and a big breath out. Flexing both feet. Take another big inhale in. Stay for your exhale. And slowly release this side. Hands come down, reaching towards your heels. Start to bring your shoulders underneath your chest and then press your low back into the mat. Palms down, press into your heels, prepare for bridge. Inhale, lift up. Press your hips up towards the ceiling. Keep your knees tracking in towards each other. And don't press. Don't make this really aggressive. Just allow it to be gentle. And to just stretch out a little bit. Bridge pose, lifting up. Take another inhale. As you exhale, release shoulders, upper back, lower back, and then tailbone. Good. Inhale, lift up for bridge again. Hips up, knees together. And then exhale, top of the spine to the bottom of the spine. Option 4, a third bridge pose or to come into full wheel. Full wheel, bring your palms up by your ears, fingertips point towards your shoulders. And just like into bridge, take a big inhale. And then exhale, press up both into your palms and into your hands, squeezing that booty, protect that low back. You got it, bridge or full wheel. Take a big breath here. Exhale, release your shoulders, upper back, lower back, and tailbone. Knees into your chest. Exhale, let your left leg go long, right knee stays tucked. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, bring your right knee over to the left side of your mat, and then stack your left hip underneath your right. Lifting your hips up, stacking, and then lowering it. Shoulders are to the mat. Arms can come out to a T. Take an inhale. If it feels right, exhale, look over your right shoulder. Nice, easy supine twist. Nice and gentle. Take an inhale. Stay for your exhale. One more big inhale. One more big exhale. And inhale. Inhale, slowly bring your right knee back over to the right side of the mat. Knees back into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Right leg long, left knee stays tucked. As you exhale, left knee to the right side of the mat. Pick up and stack your right hip underneath your left. Arms come out to a T, shoulders on the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, look long over your left arm. And just being here. Feeling the difference and not comparing or judging or holding on to anything. Allowing whatever our practice was tonight to be messy, to be imperfect, and to be what it was supposed to be. Because you really can't do yoga wrong unless you're not breathing. That's all that it is. Take a big breath. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, bring that left knee back over to the left side, gentle. Good. Both knees into your chest. Reach to the inside or outside edges of your feet. Relax back for blissful baby. Pulling down with equal force into your feet as you kick up into your hands. Really press your tailbone down into the mat. Spine is long and spacious here. Option to stay still, option to rock side to side, to massage that muscle along your spine. Maybe extend one leg and then the other. Whatever feels good here. Take your postures. Good. Release your feet, knees into your chest, chest up to your knees. Give yourself a squeeze and then start to make fists out of your toes, fists out of your hands. Squeeze your eyes shut, clench your jaw, press the tongue into the roof of your mouth. Squeeze your belly, just squeeze every muscle. Take a big inhale until there's no more room left in your belly. And then as you exhale, let your arms, legs go long. Release all of that holding, all of that tensing, and find your final Shavasana. Final Shavasana can be classic with arms long out, taking up space, toes falling to the outside edges of your mat, releasing. If you have another favorite posture, please take it, get comfortable. If your low back is like, no, girl, I hate this, like I do, bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet by your glutes. Heel toe your feet to the outside edge of your mat, and then allow your knees to fall in towards one another and just find some weightlessness. Your low back stays taken care of, and there's no holding in your legs. Make your final adjustments, your final wiggles. Ground down into your Shavasana. And if you feel safe, I invite you to blink your eyes shut. Maybe even place something over your eyes to make it really, really dark. Take a body scan, just like in the beginning of class. In this final meditation, see how you compare to when you first arrived. How do you feel? Where's your mind? Where's your breath? Where's your body? Do a little body scan to see if there's any places you can let go of any clenching, holding, or tension. Release your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. And relax the space between your eyes. I'm going to let you rest here for 5 minutes. And I'll let you know when it's time to go. Yogis, if you are comfortable here in your final Shavasana, I invite you to stay here as I close out class and to honestly stay as long as you need. If you're ready to move on, start by wiggling your fingers and your toes, rocking your chin from one shoulder over to the other. Keeping your eyes closed, allowing those movements to grow into bigger movements like a long body stretch, big belly breath, inhale, and big belly breath, exhale. Picking your favorite side, roll over into a fetal position, bringing your bicep underneath your ear, your knees underneath into your chest. Cozy, safe option to stay here in the posture that we use to honor the end or the death of our asana practice and to prepare to be new or reborn into our day, into our life, bringing our on the mat yoga off the mat. I invite you to stay in Shavasana or this fetal position. But if you're ready, gently and in your own time, press yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Gaze can be heavy or your eyes can still be closed, whatever feels right. Taking your time to arrive wherever you are, take a big breath in through your nose, filling up your belly, space in your back. Open mouth, exhale. Bring your hands to heart center, palms press into one another, thumbs press into your sternum. Take another inhale, find space and length in your spine, crown of your head reaches, tailbone grounds down. And then exhale, bowing forward, just to honor the effort that we put in here today and honoring ourselves for showing up for our practice and for yourself. Namaste, my little yogis. Thank you so much for being here with me. Again, I just appreciate you. And whatever you did on this mat was what you needed to do. It was enough and it was really, really great. And hopefully you got to play with perspective and just have playtime on your mat. And drink lots of water and have good internal conversation. You are cool. You are enough. You're where you're meant to be. The stress of the holidays is real. And when you need your space, ask for it. It's okay to have boundaries during the holidays, and it's okay to have boundaries in general. I have a meditation on here for energy clearing. So if you get some shitty energy up in your business from being home or from being stressed out, definitely take it. But always know that your breath is available to you. And if you ever have a moment where you're like, I'm going to slap you across your mouth, you just take a breath and maybe you won't have to slap anyone across your mouth. Thank you so much, my dear friend, for joining me for class. You are seriously like VIP #1 student. You have all the gold stars. I see you and I feel very seen when you come to my class. So thank you. Let me know if you need anything and I'm here. The schedule is posted on my Instagram for what's available. I'm teaching an ugly sweater class on Christmas Eve, the morning, afternoon, I forget what's time. So come, invite friends, share the link. I don't care. Yeah, and I think there's also a restorative class. So join in, let me know if you need anything, and I'll see you soon, okay? All right, have a good night.